Today I am going to be showing you how to make this braided bracelet with a cloud and sun charm on. If you don't know who I am Daisy. I'm from Daisy May Jewellery, but you may have heard of me from My Green Cow. I do a lot of crafty videos on there, but I also have my jewellery shop which I do on the side of my YouTube videos. And for this month's Lollipop box, Lisa asked if I wanted to do a DIY for the box, and so of course I said yes. So if you're here to find out how to make your DIY bracelet, keep on watching. This is the little package you would have got in the box. Inside you will have a charm and a jump ring, and then you'll have 3 strands of thread which are approximately 1 meter long. You'll have a blue one, a white one and a yellow one. The only other things you will need for this is a pair of scissors, some tape and also some pliers for attaching the charm. So to start with, you're going to want to take the thread and fold it all in half, roughly evenly, because they're all slightly different lengths. Bear in mind I had quite a few pieces of thread to cut, so they're not all exactly the same length, but they're all approximately 1 meter. And then you cut it at the top where you had the loop. So now you have basically 6 separate pieces of thread, and then at one end you want to tie a knot. So this will be one end of the bracelet, so you want to make sure there's a bit of length so you can easily tie it around your wrist. So once you have done that, I'm obviously working my desk, so I'm going to tape it to my desk. Sometimes the tape has to be replaced. It does sometimes get a bit loose, so just be aware of that. Also, if you're doing it for the first time on a desk, I would probably advise to do it on the edge of the desk just because it's a bit easier. You are going to want to split the colours, so you have 3 colours on each side. So over here I have blue, white and yellow, and then on the other side you're also going to want to try and put them in the same order, so blue on the outside, then white and then yellow. This is just so you can get an even pattern when you're braiding them. Sometimes you might have to pull on the thread quite hard to get it the right side. So yeah, I've got blue on the outside, white on the middle and then yellow on the inside. This is where it might get a bit confusing, but basically we're doing a fishtail braid. When I do this, usually I will have all of them in my hands, but I'm going to do it on the desk to try and show you a bit clearer. So when you're doing this, you need to kind of imagine the 2 sides being separate at all times. So to start, you take this blue one on the right and you bring it over to the left side. So now you will have 2 threads on the right side and 4 on the left side. Then you want to take the blue one from that side, and every time you bring them over, they're like the new inside thread. So now my white ones are on the outside, my yellow ones are in the middle, and my blue ones are crossed over on the inside. Then the same again, the white one comes over, goes onto the left, this white one comes onto the right, and now my yellow ones are the outside, my blue ones are in the middle, and my white ones are on the inside. As you're going along, this is why I usually have it in my hands, you want to make sure all of the threads are pretty tight, not massively tight, but tighter than this basically. So I'm going to pick these up and try and get them a little tighter. So I'm going to carry on now and speed this up so I can talk to you at the end and show you what to do next. As you're going along with this, you're going to want to measure it around your wrist or go by measurement if you're making it for a friend, just to check you aren't making it too big, because it is easy to get carried away when you're braiding. Once you have got to the length that you need, you just tie it off like you did at the start, and then you're going to want to trim off any extra thread you have. Make sure you leave the same amount of thread as you did at the start to keep it even. And that is basically the bracelet done. You then want to add the charm to the bracelet. You're going to want to open the jump ring. There is a specific way of doing this. You pull the 2 ends away from each other. I really don't think this is going to pick up on camera, but if you look on Google or something for an open jump ring, it will show you how it's meant to be opened. And then holding it in the pliers, you're going to want to go to the middle of the bracelet and kind of shove the jump ring through it. It shouldn't be too hard because there is gaps in the thread, and then once the jump ring's on there, you're going to want to add your charm and then close it back up. I'm really sorry that this bit isn't easy to show, but fingers crossed it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I'll insert some close-up photos of the charm attached to the bracelet so you can see what I mean, but that is your bracelet done. Hopefully that all made sense. If you do get stuck, then I'm sure if you asked in the comment section, I'll try and remember to have a scroll through the comments and help anyone who's stuck. I think this is the hardest bit, is actually tying it onto your wrist, so I'm not going to attempt that. I just want to say a massive thank you to Lisa for letting me be a part of this box, and yeah, that's how you make a braided bracelet.